Just giving a little test here, see what the latency is. All right, that's not too bad. All right. So, hey guys, we are here. We're going live. We are live streaming the finale to Big Brother Canada. This is something I've done a little bit now. Sort of become a little bit of a tradition at this point, but I like it. But again, so we got quite a bit going on. I mean, we are now. Oh, I forgot to turn on that light. We are now about 30 minutes away from the start of the finale. If you're just joining, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you haven't already, be sure to join the Discord server, which should be in the description of this video. In fact, I'll just ping him right now, let him know what's going on. Refresh. Hey Gavin, how you doing? Also, can you all hear me? So I am experimenting a little bit. So the last couple times I've live streamed, I had my microphone on my right side, but probably your left. But instead I moved it to the other side. And the reason I did that is because my monitor is also on that side, and sometimes I like to like read off of it. So basically, like before, it's like the microphone, like I have it there. It's usually there when I'm recording too, but basically, so I can look on the monitor. But when it's live, like it's not the best look in the world. So I just moved it to the other side. So getting used to that setup a little bit. Yeah, let me just let everyone know. Yep. All right, I just sent some message out to the server. But how are y'all doing tonight? Things going good? All right, that's good. So y'all can hear me. You're ready for this season to be over. I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah, obviously this season was a bit of a downgrade from like seasons 9 and 10, but I think that was to be expected. I mean, like the fact that season 10 was even as good as it was after season 9, like the fact that season 10 managed to top it was pretty insane if you ask me. Who do you think is winning? I think Ty is. I think so. Here's the thing. So I think for the last like 2 weeks or so, I was under the impression that Ty was the most likely to win. Because one, you had like the jury that for whatever reason are was in favor of him. Like you had Kuzi like on her way out being pretty pro Ty. Even had even Shania was kind of pro Ty. She was actually advocating for Ty over Daniel in her exit interview, which I found pretty interesting. But I think in recent days, like I think I'm a bit more 50-50 now because it's like with Ty, it's like his jury management is still like pretty bad. Like the way he treated Renee on her way out is pretty bad. Basically, him saying that he's played this honorable game when, let's be honest, like has he really? And plus, like even like in like the in last night's episode, we saw during the jury house segment, like he got like his like 1 minute to pitch to the jury, and they didn't seem super in favor of that. Mind you, like that can be a bit misleading, but if I had to guess, I still think Ty's probably the most likely winner. I just feel like he's probably the most likely to win final HOH. He's going to take Claudia, and I think he beats Claudia at the end, right? But we'll see what happens. You will see what happens. Also, I should probably pull up my jury scenarios. I still have the slides. So what do we have here? I'll just get them on the screen. And funnily enough, the top three, like the three possible scenarios, are all my top three from that video. So like I think the end game has played out largely as expected. You know, like given the fact that Renee went out in fifth and Renee went out in fifth and Anika went out in fourth. I think that was to be expected. So let's get that up there. What's up there? Oh, do I have the other screen? Do I have it? Oh, I don't seem to have it. I'll figure out in a minute. Um, it's not really showing me it because I have them on my screen right now. So basically, so I still have them right here. So like in the Claudia Ty scenario, like I have Claudia getting Kuzi, Renee, and Ty. I think that's pretty clear. In the Daniel scenario, we have Dan Zabo, Santina, Shania, and Anika. And then Jonathan and Hope are kind of swing votes. I think I think I'm leaning back towards them voting for Daniel in that scenario. So like I think that much is pretty clear. But then we get to the Daniel and Ty scenario, which oh wait, that's not it. Um, so then we have the Daniel and Ty scenario. Wait, well, no, that's it from earlier. So in the Daniel Ty scenario, I have Daniel getting the votes of Santina and Anika. I think that's pretty clear. And I think actually, I mean, do Jonathan and Hope go for Daniel in the scenario? I don't think that's super solid. Um, but I mean, I know for Ty at least, like Ty would get like the votes of like Dan Zabo, Kuzi, Shania, Claudia, Renee, and Renee for sure. So like I think actually no, does Renee vote for Daniel in that scenario? I mean, because that her jury management was pretty bad there, if you ask me. But but yeah, I think those other votes are pretty locked in. I mean, I could see Shania going back towards Daniel at that point. But yeah, like I don't know how I don't know why it's not displaying right now. Um oh, there we go. Wait, it was showing that? That's so weird. Is there any way to make it different? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing that. Oh well. Bit of a shame. Ty is in the best spot to win right now. He'll be the most unlikable winner of BBCAN up till now.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I could definitely see that. I mean, I don't like him very much. All right. So weird. The scene collection? Yeah, because it's showing that. But then why isn't it showing? Do I need to add source? I mean, probably. Let's see if we have more questions. No, that's not it. Wait, so why isn't it showing that? Oh, okay. Is it this? Why is it showing that? All right, I give up. I was gonna see if I could try to like do stuff on there. How highly do you think any of these players would rank in a BBCAN winner ranking? Off the top of my head, I'd put Daniel 5th, Ty 7th, Claudia 8th. I mean, I think Daniel for sure is probably the highest ranked winner. Daniel's for sure the highest ranked winner of that group. And then I'd actually do I put Claudia over Ty? I think they're pretty close because I think they're pretty close because I think the thing about Ty is that his a lot of his game is like pretty bad, obviously. Like, and there's like points where he needs to like win out and stuff. But I also, I still think I put Claudia over Ty. I think I probably go that way because I think Claudia for one was in the majority for more of the game. I think there were more points where Claudia was in like a good position, but ultimately like ruined it through various means. And then in terms of like on like an overall winner ranking, so if Daniel wins, I mean, I think Daniel will probably be at least above like Ty from season 9. I think he would for sure be that. Yeah, I think I probably have him like above like Ty. If Claudia wins, I don't know. Like, yeah, I'm not sure. I would need Yeah, I would need to like but like she's like for sure like I mean she's like above like the very bottom people like Jillian and Pax Bros and like probably. I think she's probably worse than Kevin Martin. Like I think probably around there, and I think Ty is probably in a similar ballpark. No, I mean Ty's for sure below all those people, but I think Claudia like might be a little bit higher. I think Claudia might be middle of the pack. So we are now about 15 minutes from the start of the show. Dane, Kevin, Paris, John, Ty, Nick and Phil, Sarah, Kevin, Julie. Yeah, it's a pretty decent winner ranking. Yeah, like I think I would have like I definitely would put Daniel like probably like around like the Paris and John ballpark. I think Claudia's probably below Ty, and then I think Ty is probably like right above like actually he's probably below Kevin. Kevin is such a weird player to assess. He could be above the Pax Bros or Sarah, just how strongly has to rely on yeah, that's tough. I think the thing I think the thing with Ty though is like yes, there are like points where he needs to like win comps and stuff, but then we see like during like the double eviction, like Claudia wins HOH and like she doesn't even put Ty on the block, which is like ridiculous. But I think like you do have to give Ty some credit for that. But outside of that, like I think it's not ideal. Survivor Gumball, more like Big Brother Gumball. Well, I can't help it. It's been on the air a lot. It's been on the air recently. Where can I watch the finale? So obviously I'm not going to be displaying the finale on the air. I mean, you're going to have to find your own way of watching it. Although there are reliable ways of watching it. So like if you know like you can try going to the Discord server, like maybe ways there, try googling it. I mean, there's definitely like avenues there, like relatively safe avenues, but I can't technically say on here. Hi everyone, if you're just joining us, we're here to live stream the finale to Big Brother Canada 11. I never watched Survivor. I prefer it this way. You mean like prefer like watching it through live stream? You're ranking every BBUS player. Yeah, let us know how that goes. That'll definitely be interesting. You prefer that I only talk Big Brother? Well, I'll be honest. Like again, I'm more of a Survivor fan than a Big Brother fan. Like I've seen like more of Survivor than I have with Big Brother. So so like I think that's a factor. Plus, I like Survivor more, but Big Brother can be fun. Every BBUS player is so tricky. Yeah, there's like a lot. I mean, how many are there? There's like at least 200 or something. Brother players. So so according to Wikipedia, there are 316 Big Brother players. That's across Big Brother and Big Brother Over the Top. Does that include celeb? Oh no, that's separate from Celebrity Big Brother. So 316 on BB and Big Brother Over the Top, and another 34 on Celebrity Big Brother. Okay, So the total number is 350 if you want to count those. Maybe I'm a bit contentious, but I'm of the opinion that Cody's probably the best player. He's just so well rounded across the board. I mean, I would agree. I mean, I think at the end of the day, like, I think one of his biggest issues is I think he's kind of too loyal. I mean, because we saw in like BB16, like he obviously like took Derek to the end, which isn't ideal. And even on BB22, it's like, I mean, I think he was pretty loyal to Enzo for a lot of that. It's just that he obviously beats Enzo, which is a big factor. But I think that is a minor flaw of his. But yeah, like I think he's pretty good, like in all parts of the game. Like he's good socially, he's good physically, obviously. He's pretty good strategically. So like I think he's definitely gotten better over time. I'm getting far into the process. I've ranked almost every season player. I've ranked almost every season's player by season, meaning a season player ranking, but in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so you already made the season like player rankings, and you're just now like combining them. All right. You're not including BB, OTT, BB1, or Celebrity Big Brother. All right, so if we go back to that total, 316, that brings it down to there were 12 people on BB1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it looks like there were 10 people on BB10, so that's 306. And how many were on OTT? And there were 13 on OTT, so that's 23. So that brings it down to 293, which is still a lot, but definitely a bit more manageable. Could a player be number one without a great killer instinct? I mean, I don't I don't think so. Like you can obviously be very very good, but like at the end of the day, like I think a big part of like having a good strategic game is being able to like know like your optimal move, even if that involves like cutting like your closest ally. So I think you definitely need like a killer instinct. He did improve by cutting Nicole in BB22 and knowing to undercut with Enzo all season. Yeah, that's true. Throw a season out, I'll give. So you throw out BB13. All right, so let's take a look at this. So number one, Shelly. Okay. Number two, Jordan. Number three, Evil Dick. You have Evil Dick. Well, I guess like on an overall player ranking, maybe. I think it's hard to like assess like his like BB13 game particularly, unless you mean like this is like your overall player ranking. Uh, Dick is by default kind of three. Again, okay, overall. I mean, I think Dick still has like a number of issues. Like he got very lucky during his like original season, but again, like he is a winner at the end of the day. I think that's something you have to take into account. Number four, Rachel. Uh, I don't know. Okay, yeah, okay. I can see Evil Dick being better than Rachel. Number five, Danny Donato. Okay. Number six, Jeff. Right. Number seven, Portia. Eight, Kalia. Nine, Brendan. 10, Adam. 11, Dominic. 12, Lawan. 13, Cassie. Number 14, Keith. That's not a bad list. Yeah, it's not a bad list. Like him or hate him, I feel like Jeff is probably top three that season. I mean, he was definitely like in a very strong position, like before the double, like, but like he obviously got into that fight, and then obviously that resulted in him like being in danger, and then he got like his worst case scenario. So like everything went wrong for him on the last day. So we are now about 5 minutes or so from the start of the show. Yeah, if you're just joining us, we're live streaming the finale to Big Brother Canada. If you haven't already,
Be sure to like and subscribe, join the Discord server, do that sort of thing. So, yeah, how y'all doing? I mean, if I'm being honest, like a lot of the shows, like a lot of it's just gonna be waiting for like seeing like the actual comp results, and then like obviously seeing how everything works out. Player ranking by the game, yes, but in the grand scheme of things, he's not top 3. Three winners and Shelly. Yeah, pretty much. Interesting. Someone just hi Davis. Welcome to the server. Yeah, I just saw your question in there. So, hold on. I got you. All right, I got you. All right. Also, that's an interesting question you just asked. So, why did I name myself Gumball? So it's a bit of a long story, but it actually goes back quite a bit. So like this was uh this was like back in like 2011. So like I was 13 on the time. Am I being held at gunpoint? I hope not. Do I look like I'm being held at gunpoint? But anyway, so my name. So this was like back in like 2011, and at the time, like I was like into like the Amazing World of Gumball. Like that show was still like pretty new. I mean, like it came out not too long. Again, it was literally like in the first couple of months after the show came out. Like it was like at the time like one of my favorite shows on Cartoon Network and stuff. And basically one day, like I'll tell the long version of the story. Gumball Def B being held at Gumball. Oh my god. Uh, you'll save me. Oh, please do. 'Cause, I'm dying up here. But anyway, so it was like one day, like I was on like the wiki for Amazing World Gumball, and I found like in like one of the blog posts like a link to like another like wiki, and it was basically like a fanon wiki, and like it was like pretty small at the time, and like it had like Gumball fan fiction on it. So like, and for the record, like this was like my first like exposure ever to fan fiction. Like I again sort of goes to show like the person I am. I didn't know what it was at the time, but basically I found it and like I sort of fell in love with the idea. Like like I read a bunch of stories and like stuff, and then I like proceeded to like write. Sorry, started to write some of my own stories on here, and then like like I got into like fan fiction for a bit. At the time I didn't even have like a wiki account. Like I had like an anonymous contributor account or something. And then like one day like like after writing some stories I decided to create an account, like because like so like people know like it was me writing them and stuff. So like it basically stemmed out of that. And now it was actually so like my original like pen name was Gumball 2, and that stemmed from that actually stemmed from like another like user's like name. Like this was like one of the like other main people like that were like running stories on this site. Like their account was like I forget the name at this point, but it was like it's like I think it was Gumball Fan 2. I think that was their name. I forget. And then basically I was like pretty uncreative. Like I think I remember this. I think I originally tried to submit the name like Wikimaster or something like or something stupid like that, but then was taken. So then it was like, okay, what do I come up with? And then I literally looked at that guy's name, Gumball Fan 2. It's like, I chopped off the fan, I'm Gumball 2 now. So that's how my username came about. And basically ever since, I basically used that name for everything. Like and I wasn't even I wasn't even Gumball fan for like too much longer after that. Like I actually fell out of the actually fe- I don't even know why. It's like I watched all of season 1 when it aired and stuff. And then I gotta turn it on. So it's about 9 o'clock now. So like the show's about to start. So like again, I'm not gonna be providing any sources. You have to find your own. But I will be giving my reactions as the show like happens. So to finish the story, yeah, it's so weird. It's like I watched Gumball like a lot, like when the first season was coming out, season 1, and I watched like again when season 2 rolled around. Like I watched it a little bit, but then I just like grew out of it. Like I just stopped watching it, but I still kept the name. So like I still kept using my that name for everything. Like when I got like a fanfiction on net account, I used that name. Like when I like started other accounts on other like stuff, like I ended up using that name. It just became like my online name moving forward, and like I resonated with it a lot. Anyway, that was probably a longer story than you were expecting, but that's the story. That's why I'm called Gumball. Let's look at these rankings. Yeah, you had all these rankings. So BB7 number 1 Chicken George, obviously. Number 2 Julie Chen. Number 3 Erica. Number 4 Allison. BB14. Number 1 Dan Giesling. Yeah, I would agree with that. Number 2 Boogie. Uh, okay. Yeah, like because he's a winner. Like I can kind of see it. He's not a bad player. Number 3 Brittany. Makes sense. Number 4 Janelle. I mean, I don't know because it's like I think Janelle's obviously pretty good at like comps, and like I think she's like good at like longevity and stuff. But I think by far her biggest asset is her physicality, like in her ability to like do well in comps. Like I think if we're taking that out, I think I think there are definitely holes in her both her BB6 and her All Stars game. So no, obviously like the other 2 times she had like a massive target on her back, so like she was like never able to like get too much traction in the game. All right, we're now getting to the show. The show's now starting, and we have a live audience this time. Yeah, so they have an audience. Number 5 Danielle, and I don't know. I mean, I think the problem with Danielle is like I feel like she was just too loyal to Dan. Like I think she was just too willing to listen to what Dan like was doing, and I think she was even gonna take Dan to the end if like she won final HOH. Which to be fair, she probably wins. She probably wins against Dan because like the jury was like never voting for like Dan. But I mean, not ideal like on paper. Number 6 Shane. Okay, yeah. Number 7 Ian. Yeah, I mean, I love Ian, but like he's not the best player in the world. Number 8, Gen City. Number 9, Joe. Number 10, Frank. I don't know. I think I would have Frank over Joe. I'm just let's check some other stuff. Yeah, they're just doing the recap right now. Again, it's pretty dumb. Um 11 Will, like regular Will. 12 Kara, 13 Jody, 14 Ashley, 15 Jojo, and then 16 Willie Hance.
I think I'm pretty qualified to rank players, but from the start, one of my biggest weaknesses as a ranking guy was giving early boots too much credit. Yeah, early boots was always tough, but it's like, like it's obviously like limited information. I think some of it might be just feeling like how they might do if they like came back and stuff. But yeah, it's not easy. I had Dick and Rachel like outside the top 90, but I somehow underrated them. I can't believe it. Mm, yeah, like I think that's fair. Like I think you have to give them credit because like we have evidence of them actually winning a game, but it's still not ideal. And did it crash already? All right, so we have our first crash. Yeah, that's the one issue with BBCAN. Like we have to deal with this. Um. Yes, I am using that. I'm using that source to watch it. All right, we should be back now. It did. If it does that, it usually like again like just like wait a little bit. There's actually a chat you can use. There's a chat that you can use and it'll let you know like when it's like you can like refresh. So yeah, don't worry too much about that. And I feel like the lag's picking up. Yeah, because I'm just putting on my oh crap, I'm just putting on my headphones now. That's not good. Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, I'm trying my best. I'm trying to keep this like latency like under control and stuff, but again, like it's just not gonna be ideal. Actually, is this really live? Actually, now I'm starting to question it. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they're doing the whole recap now. So what we have here. All right. All right, now they're talking about the whole hope letter stuff like That's right. First live audience since week 1 of BBCAN 8. Yeah, it's been so long. I changed my username. Do you like it? Oh my god, they're showing them quitting the game, which is weird. Number 123E4E. They're still doing this recap. If Daniel cuts Ty or is taken to the end by him and beats him in a jury vote, does he crack the BBCAN top 10 players? Uh, I think if he's taken to the end by Ty, I think that would be a bit more impressive to me. Because I think obviously with like Daniel and stuff, like I think like you can definitely question his jury management at points. Like I think it's been a bit less than ideal. I do, I don't top 10 though. I think that's a bit of a stretch. I think he's definitely within the top 25. Even if he doesn't win, like I feel like he's definitely going to be like in that conversation, but like I think top 10 might be a bit of a stretch. Cuz I think the other thing is like I think with Daniel is like he was like in the best position for like so much of the game, and he was like someone that was seen as like a jury favorite for a lot of it, but it's like with the whole Kuzi stuff, I think that definitely like throws some things into question, I think. Yeah, they're still doing this intro, by the way. Is the ranking Daniel number one tied to no matter what? I think Daniel one is for sure at this point. I think Daniel has clearly played the best game. There's no reason for this intro to be this long, by the way. Like they're clearly just padding this time out. Also, like, well, why are we starting? Yeah, it's literally been like 10 minutes. Like, yeah, it's like the fact that they're starting this at 9 too is like not ideal. Like, I would have definitely referred to this with like 8 to 10 or something, but it is what it is. I think for Ty though, I think it depends if he wins. Actually, no. Like, I think if I think it's a case where I think personally, I think I would have Claudia over Ty. I think a big part of it will come down to like how the end game works, because I feel like the only way Ty would probably be like number two is like if he wins, but like even then, like I don't know. I think the ranking will probably be Daniel one, Claudia two, Ty three, and then I guess it's Kuzi four. I think Jonathan will be a little tough. Actually, let me see if I can like figure it out like right now. So so let me like I'm literally just going to like remind myself what the ranking is. Um, like I'm literally just gonna do this ranking right now. They're still doing the intro, by the way. All right. So let's do this. Let's figure out this ranking right here. So number 16 is a mall. I think that much is pretty clear.
think I kind of have to. Like, really no other. There's no other choice here. So then after that, I think Vanessa's 15. I think that's pretty obvious. Let's take a look at chat. I think despite his major flaws, Ty has taken this endgame by the throat, despite one through comp wins, and two, it's because of others' mistakes. I mean, I think you do it to factor in like others like mistakes, like because I think that's a fact. I think that may be a factor. And I think you can give Ty a bit of credit for that, but Daniel was reminding me of Tommy Rocco. Yeah, there's a lot of I've seen a lot of BB21 parallels like with other people. It's like where it's like Daniel's like the Tommy Bracco, like Claudia's like the Holly, Jackson, Ty is like the Jackson, and we are fun. So we're finally done with the intro. 15 minutes in. Uh, well, we're about to get the start of the HOH. Yeah, this is probably gonna happen a couple times during the night, so like don't worry too much about it. Even then, it's like behind, so it's like they're usually like good about like making sure at the speed. All right, I'm just going to refresh. No, it's still not working. Oh, come on. All right, should be good for me. All right, so let's get back to this player ranking. So 16 Amal, 15 Vanessa, 14 JM. I think that much is pretty clear. After that, probably Zach. Yeah, I'll probably have Zach because I feel like I can't. Actually, no, Dan Zalbo too. It's like Dan's like he's like really bad. Yeah, I think I decided I'm gonna have Dan Zalbo below Zach. So 16 Amal, 15 Vanessa, 14 JM, 13 Dan Zalbo. So all right, so they're showing part one right now. It's a little, it's literally based on a Little Mermaid, which is slightly embarrassing. Daniel has to win part one to win Final H. I don't think he needs to win part one because I mean, he definitely has like the card stacked against him because like both Ty and Claudia are good at comps. But like I think he has a shot in either of them. Like because obviously you take one of them out if he doesn't win. But like, he definitely needs to be in part three. All right, so it looks like an endurance. Yeah, so it's pretty much a stacking comp. All right, so you got your ranking here. 16 Amal. Yep. Yeah, Amal just has to be at the bottom of by default. 15 Vanessa. Yeah, I agree. 14 JM. 13 Dan Zabo. 12 Santina. I don't agree with that exactly. Yeah, because I have Zach below Santina right now. Because it's like I feel like in general Zach is pretty tough to rank because it's like yeah, like he made like a lot of mistakes, and I can't ignore those mistakes. But like he does have some merits. Like he did control the first 2 weeks. He actually it looked like he came somewhat close to staying even when he was like backdoored and stuff. Like I think, and even then like it wasn't even in Kuzi's best interest to target him. Like in the week where he was targeted, but like like the fact that he still like made her do that is like not great. It's kind of funny that BB switched it to a stacking comp, only to keep making the stacking comp so you can prepare for it going. Yeah. Yeah, no, Zach Santina. I think Santina is like closer to Dan Zabo than to Zach. But it's also like I don't want to put Zach at the bottom. Actually, I don't know. Do I have Zach above Santina? I mean, I haven't started recording the player ranking yet, but I mean, I'll figure it out soon. 10's probably Rob. I feel like I can't really have. Mm, Santina or Rob? Because the thing about Santina is like she was. I think she was supposed to be included in the crown before like the fatal feast and stuff, but she was still like in a bad spot by the end of it. But it's also like Rob 10 feels like very high. I don't know. Actually, I think you convinced me. I think Santina. No, I think Rob 12. Actually, no. All right, Dan 13. 12 feels low for Santina. Mm, can't decide. Make up my mind. I think Rob made less overt mistakes. Yeah, that's true. It's like I think in general, like Rob got like pretty much massively screwed over by Zach and Ty overplaying and like completely like blowing up their own gains. But it's like at the end of the day, he was still only like the third boot of the season. So like sort of hard to like take that into account. This season, letter game in particular was a complete train wreck. Really, you can say that about like the last three BBCAN seasons. I feel like Santina's weird because she kind of gets saved, but sort of gets screwed by Twist too. Yeah, it's like, yeah, so it's like it reminds me a lot of like Lydia from 42, where it's like, yeah, she gets screwed over by Twist, but she also gets saved by Twist. So like, yeah, like, I think, yeah, I'm probably gonna have. All right, so basically where I'm at now. So I have Dan Zabo, 13, Rob at 12, Santina 11, and Zach at 10. I don't know. Zach at 10 feels high. The bottom of this list is like really like close in my opinion. It's like because there's like a lot of like really mediocre like players in this tier. What is this? Who is this? What's happening? Is Tyler about to win this? Yeah, Claudia looks like she's ahead right now. Daniel might win this. Yeah, I feel like that's not good. Yeah, Ty's like getting close to done. No, ties just fell. Alright. Santina feels like a slightly better Lydia, where both kind of fumbled themselves into bad positions where they had to be saved by Twist, but Santina plays more to get herself to the Twist screw point. Yeah, I feel like so the thing with Lydia is like she does have a very solid ally with High, but it was just like they just did not have the numbers because it was like obviously it was like the three pairs and they were just like the pair on the outs. Whereas I feel like Santina was like more so like just left out of everything for a lot of her run. Yeah, she did kind of fumble both of her HOHs as well. Where it's like the first HOH, like she pretty much just did with like what. So all right, so Claudia's at 30, so like she looks like she should win this. Yeah, it's like yeah, so like both of her HOHs are like not great because like first HOH she takes out like John Michael, obviously like who was like like someone that was willing to work with like Zach and Ty, and then it's like second HOH takes out Dan Zabo, who was like the other outsider, which is like not ideal. All right, looks like Claudia's gonna win this. All right, so Claudia has won part one. All right. Yeah, I feel like yeah, this puts Daniel in a very very wonky spot now because like he basically is now gonna have to beat Ty in like what I assume will be like a physical like part two. No, it's like a part two with like it's like a part two with like trivia like days and stuff. So I don't know. I think Daniel could do well, but it's like the physical part is like I feel like that alone will like give Ty such a massive advantage. Claudia's just probably playing Kingmaker at this point. Yeah, I would agree. All right, now we're just going to commercial. Anyway, let's get back to the player ranking. So where was that now? I was like Amal 16, Vanessa 15, JM 14, Danzabo 13, Rob 12, Santina 11, Zach 10. Uh, I don't know. I still feel like Zach's too high. It's like Zach has like pretty good pros, but also pretty big knocks against him. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Well, let's just keep going. So 9. I mean, Hope's probably gonna be 9, like right? Cause like yeah, I feel like Hope has to be 9. Number 8. Oh, we are back from commercial. Yeah, because like it was behind earlier. The crowd is going wild here. I think she meant 3 years, but whatever. All right, we're just getting straight into part 2 now. All right, this seems more like a pure mental comp. I think Daniel could do well at this. Yeah, like I think Daniel kind of got lucked out that Claudia won part 1 because Yeah, I think Claudia would give him a lot of trouble if she was in part two against him. Knowing when they record this in Toronto, I can imagine how much production has to pray that there's no games at Scotia Bank Arena or the Rogers Center when filming because of how close they are. Oh, really? They're that close? Screaming might go crazy for the mixers. Yeah. I mean, Daniel should win this. Yeah, Daniel should win this, but you never know. Yeah, Daniel is doing pretty well here. I mean, at the end of the day, like the editing could be like deceptive here, but I assume Daniel like would be better than Ty at his days and stuff. It'd be funny if Ty went on such a huge comp run and then didn't even make it to part three. I mean, that's kind of the hope here. I mean, again, I mean, I think I made it pretty clear now. Like, personally, I don't want Ty to win. He is such an asshole. Like, really, the whole season, he's like been like super unlikable and stuff. Like, I never was a fan of him. Like, he's played like pretty mediocre game. I mean, I think it gets a bit too much hate, but still, it's like I don't really want to see him win. But if it happens, it is what it is. All right, I think they're showing these mistakes to make it seem like a more impressive, make it make it seem like there's some doubt. I don't know. I think he'll win. Like I think like this whole editing like thing. Like I think he should just be there to like throw some doubt into like him doing well and stuff or not. We'll see what happens. Yeah, he's just missing these. Yeah, so there's like a really good sense of timing. No matter who it is, I always think it's interesting to see a massive comp run. I mean, it's like interesting from like a like statistic standpoint because it's like like obviously you want to see like a record get broken. Like yeah, like Michael from last season. Like I like again that was a case where I was kind of rooting for him for like keeping the run going, like because I want to see him like break the record and stuff. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 is wild. I love how the numbers break out. All right, now Ty's just going doing the comp. Yeah, I think they're just gonna show him like being faster to make it seem like he'll be competitive. I mean, it'd be interesting if Ty won this, but I am assuming Daniel would win this style of comp. I don't like comp runs if it's like Julia in the new Total Drama, where it's someone who actively makes the season more interesting when they're there. I mean, to a degree. I mean, because I think like an interesting comparison is like to like Heather like in Island, where it's like obviously Heather went on like a she went on an immunity run in like Island after the merge. And I don't know. I feel like in her case it felt more like blatant plot armor. Whereas I feel like with Julia, like it was kind of that, but I also feel like she was just being so set up for downfall as well. Like I never come on, Julia was never gonna get to the very end of that season. Ty's gonna get locked out of part three. Well, we'll see what happens. Yep, it has literally been 45 minutes for Ty. Yeah, he is struggling. Yeah, he's getting eaten alive here. All right, so Ty's finished now. Now we're gonna see these results. They're not saying it. What? Wow. Ty won part two in a ball game. Part of me wants to make a total drama winner ranking in the style of a more serious Edgic channel. Uh, I mean, I tried doing like I did watch the most recent season of like Total Drama and like even beyond that I think I think like with Total Drama I think you could definitely do like Edgic kind of, or more specifically like you can do like you can like figure out who like the main characters are going to be, like you can tell like who's going to like be in it for a bit, like so like you can definitely like do that, like but I also feel like there's other things like you can tell like more often than not like villains. All right, so they're doing a round table, the jury, and it's Kevin Jacobs. All right, all right, yeah, Kevin Jacobs is now the Dr. Will of BB Yeah, I like Jacob. I like Kevin. Kevin is debatably better than Will. I mean, I don't know. I think I still like Will more as a character than Kevin. I think Kevin's like pretty good. He like there are like just some points where he like is a bit like nerdish and like his like voice squeaks and stuff. Like I think the thing I like about Will is like he definitely he has this element of like remaining like calm all the time, like where he's like super biting, but he's also like someone that like is uh he's biting, but he's also like super like suave and chill. Like so like I think I prefer Will as a character. Yeah, Nika is like grilling see yeah, Nika is like grilling Ty right now. Betty is still my absolute favorite from BBCAN11 because but I do hate you. It's one of my funniest all-time moments in reality TV. Yeah, it was pretty good. Anika says Ty shouldn't win, and the jury applauds. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, Nika's like asking Kuzi like why she told Ty about the crown. Yeah, Nika is like really grilling Kuzi right now. Oh, there goes. She said Butte. There's a bit sidetracked. Is Daniel going home? I mean, there is a chance that he could trick Ty into taking him to the end, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Yeah, Santana didn't say too much during all this. All right, we're at commercial at this point. Heston, genuinely awful player. That's I mean, given Ty's track record, I mean, there's a chance he could take him. Particularly if he thinks like he's going up against like the best or whatever. But yeah, like I'm not super hopeful about it. I think I don't know. We'll see. I mean, like I said the same thing last year about like I mean, you had the same thing last year with like Kevin losing part three of HOH and thinking he was toast, but then we obviously know what happened there.
Yeah, it's still commercial. I think Daniel needed to be the one to cut Ty to secure the win. His game has just been too overshadowed by Claudia's and Ty's. I think Claudia and Ty have definitely gotten like a lot of the definitely taken up the bulk of the way people have been talking about it. Yeah, it's still commercial. What do we got going on in chat? I think Ty could still probably beat Claudia. It's just that possibility won't happen. Again, I think Ty beats Claudia. I think. All right, we get into part 3 now. All right. Um, all right, they're just talking to the final 3 now. Let's do this. Let's do this final HOH. This is so dramatic. It's just like last year's final HOH. It was so dramatic. Cool to see one of these sequester players do very well in a true season, though. Given Tori's run of 42 was extremely lackluster. Wait, which one was the sequester player? I've never seen sequester. Was it Claudia or Dan? No, it's probably Daniel, wasn't it? Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Whoa, we got some computer renderings here. Yeah, we got the yeah, it's part 3 now. Yeah, I'm. Do I want to tie win? I assume Claudia would win this, which would suck, but we'll see what happens. All right, they both answer the same thing. All right, so it's 1-1 now. All right, they answer the same thing again. All right, so it's 2-2 now. All right, question 3. How's the... Yeah, the stream's doing fine. All right. All right. Same answer again from both of them. So it is now 3-3. It's a shame no PV15 players are ever going to come back. Taking out the racist stuff, it's a very good cast. It's a very good gameplay cast, I would agree. But yeah, like it's not ideal. Not ideal, the racism. All right, are we going to get different answers this time? All right, same answer again. Yeah, they're literally like getting all these. All right, we're 4-4. Andy McCrae, Judd, Howard, Nick. Yeah, it crashed. All right, let's see if we can get it restarted. Actually, we did okay for a bit. All right, let's see if we refresh. It's still suspended. All right, let's try that again. Up, playback error. No. All right, should be back now. There we go. All right, we're back now. So still tied 4-4. And also, I'm gonna see if I can get that thing working. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe if I do this. All right. Yep, they're still tied 4-4. See if we can. Oh, we got different answers. So someone's about to take the lead here. Yep, Claudia has taken the lead. Um, Claudia is going back and forth here. We got different answers, but she was hesitating. All right, Ty has. All right, Ty has gotten one over Claudia. Is tied again, 5-5. Final question. All right, let's see what happens.
Oh, we got different answers. We are not going to a tie here. Claudia got it. So Claudia has one final HOH. All right. All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can get it again. Hold on. I know what to do now. I know what to do now. Okay, I know. Okay, I know how to get it. The screen displayed. So let's try this. All right, they're just playing the Little Mermaid commercial. All right, we are back from commercial. All right, and I'm gonna see if I can display. All right. I'm going to scramble. There we go. All right. Don't love that size. All right. Time for the decision. What are we getting? All right, I think they're gonna pick Daniel. All right. All right. So we got our final two. Can I get this in a bigger size? Can I get this in a bigger size? Because Yeah, why is it so small? Yeah, let's get it open up. All right, we got it bigger now. So let's get this scenario up here. So this is what we're getting. We're getting Claudia versus Daniel. All right. Y'all see that? Took me way too long to figure that out. I did it before for the 43 I did it for the 43 stream, but yeah, like I think the problem was I had these open like in my photos, like my actual files, but it's like I had to like get them online into a browser in order to open these up. So yeah, that was pretty unfortunate. That was very, very, very tragic. I still think Daniel's probably gonna be number one on the ranking because at the end of the day, I just think Daniel is. I just think Daniel's going to. I just think he's played a better game than Ty. It's like I think he, no matter what, he's number one on this player ranking. Let's see the chat here. Imagine how different this season would be if Zach convinced Ty to walk too. Yeah, yeah, what a world that would be. I will say the one pro to Ty winning here is at least now we have like a winner we can sort of clown on. Because I know people clown a lot on Gabler, but it's like I'm not that low on Gabler. To be fair, like I don't think Ty is like completely devoid of merit. I mean, he did have a final two. He had someone that actively wanted to take him to the end. He also played well in the. Oh wow, they're showing a commercial for BB25. Yeah, they're just showing BB24 content. All right, so we just got our commercial for BB25. That's cool. This is not need to be 2 hours, by the way. Um, Nobody's ever gonna win out from the final 10. Season's basically over now. I mean, yeah. Again, I mean, there's a chance Ty could lose to a bitter jury, but I would still give the edge to Ty probably because I just think like the way Claudia has managed her jury perception is not ideal. Like I feel like the jury is going to see her as like too loyal to Ty. Like she never wanted to take the shot at him. She always like stuck by him, and I feel like they're just going to look at that and think, "Wow, Ty played this amazing game, even though he actually played a terrible game." But wow, what an amazing game he played! And look at Claudia; she couldn't take him out. I mean, then again, I could also see Ty like shooting himself in the foot. Um, what else we got? BB finales really need to be 90 minutes because they drag forever. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, we did not need like a 15-minute recap. We did not need. Yeah, I think 15-minute recap we could have done without. And then whatever, like whatever they got for the reunion, like I mean, whatever. Does Ty get every vote past Renee? So right now, wait, do I have my thing? Yeah, so I have my jury scenarios thing up here right now. I'm also behind on chat. Yeah, like oh yeah, like both of them have like not great jury management, but yeah, it's different types. So like Ty like actively burned some people. Like he again like I had Renee like as a Claudia vote, but like that was a lot of that was because like I thought Renee was like just gonna vote for like a girly pop. Like that's a big reason why I had her. But yeah, like I feel like with the way like Ty treated her on her way out, like yeah, I think I'm more secure on that now. But if we were looking at the rest of this, I mean, I think it's just tough against Claudia though. Like, because I was gonna say like Jonathan and Hope like maybe could not vote for Ty, but it's just gonna be really hard against Claudia though, because like they were not very high on Claudia at all. Yeah, I got the jury scenarios up. Yeah, so this was my number one scenario, by the way. I said at the time this almost 2 weeks ago, this was the most likely scenario to happen, and I guess good on me that I got it. Though it was kind of obvious. But yeah, Daniel's back must hurt from carrying. Kuzi is a major pull for votes, and she's going for time. I think it. I would. I would say it depends on the scenario. I think. I think in this scenario, I think in this scenario, it definitely like doesn't matter as much because like you have like Jonathan and Hope. They were never high on Claudia to begin with. You have what else? I have my notes. What Yeah, because you have like Jonathan and Hope. They were never high on Claudia to begin with. Shanae felt burned by Claudia for like the double eviction, and I don't think like what's happened since really changes that. Um, I mean Dan Zavo could be a bit up in the air. I mean he wasn't like he was definitely like oh, I'll listen to what the jury says. But I feel like with what happened since, I don't see Dan voting for Claudia. And then Daniel and Nika, I think they vote Ty over Claudia.
Do you think Ty's going to lose to a bitter jury? Uh, Against Claudia, I mean, even with like what we saw yesterday, I don't think so. Like again, against Daniel, I could see Ty dropping the ball, but against Claudia, it's just hard because like I just don't see like too many of these people like willing to like see like Claudia's that could have been an option. I don't think they're gonna be bitter enough to vote for Claudia here. Like even though I think Claudia's played a better game, like I just think it's just gonna be so hard for them to do that. Did Arissa just call Jonathan Ty? I mean, maybe. I probably missed it. Let me just see if I can move this. No, I liked what it was before. Okay, I like that. I like that. Crashed. Oh my god. It's like, yeah, it's like they don't want us to watch their show. It's crazy how quickly the crown crashed in BBCAN. This never would have happened in a US season. I mean, yeah, a lot of it just came down to comps, like, because like you had like Kuzi. I can't believe I'm forgetting the comp results. Because you had like Kuzi winning HOH, in the round where like Santina like went out to the Fatal Feast. Then you had Claudia win HOH, which again not ideal. And through that they lose Hope. Again, that's not ideal. Then yeah, Renee wins HOH next. That's not good. Claudia again. Anika, and then you have Anika, but by that point, like yeah, literally by that point, like you had already lost Kuzi, Hope, and Jonathan. Like, oh yeah, and then Ty won HOH in the week. Jonathan went home. Yeah, so like literally, like they just got screwed over with these comps. Can you imagine Dan Giesling on the season? I mean, would Dan even do well? I mean, I think Daniel like is probably like one of these better case scenarios, but it's like, yeah, like I think Dan Giesling is probably slightly better at comps than Daniel, but yeah, like I feel like he would definitely have like a bit of a hard time like getting people that could consistently win comps like against the opposition. I mean, I don't think he'd be like an obvious like threat off the bat. I mean, I think it depends on like who he's replacing, if at all. All right, so they're bringing out Daniel now, showing him to the jury and stuff. I guess one of the other Dan's three on one season would be insane. Dan is a master of jury management. Yeah, like I think on BB10 like he definitely was. Like the fact that he like was able to get like Memphis to like cut Keisha at like 4 is like pretty good. All right, they're doing jury questioning now.
right, that was a okay response. All right, Jonathan's speaking now. All right, so Jonathan's asking Ty if he played with like honor and integrity, basically, and like Ty's like doubling down on that. Yeah, so basically Ty's just like going back to like what he said during like his like 1 minute pitch, which obviously didn't go over the best. So like that's not ideal. Okay. All right, Hope's asking a question now. He's asking what he did to deserve the 100,000. Mm, I mean, he's talking a lot about his social game. I mean, I think like his like I think it's a combination. I think him not touching the block is like a combination of like his relationship with Claudia, but I think it's also like people just being scared of him. Like they feel like, oh well, Ty's just gonna win everything, so like why put him on the block? But it's like it's still dumb, but yeah, I think yeah, that's definitely something he can play into. So all right, so Shanae is asking about the double decision. Mm, yeah, not yeah. I don't think I don't think Shanae is liking this. Yeah, it's like why didn't you just put Ty on the block? And he was like he could have easily won the veto. Anika, all right, all right. Renee's talking. Anika not nominating Ty at Final Five after witnessing the dangers of this firsthand. The round before is an all-time dumb move. Yeah, like yeah, like I think you should have at least put him on the block. Like you had no reason to like not put him up because like you're banking on like him like not winning the veto. Renee's not voting Ty. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so either. Like again, I have her as a Claudia vote. I mean, again, I don't think Anika's like happy with either of these options. I mean, and again, I made this like during the Final Five round, but it's like, yeah, I think, yeah, I made this like before like the whole like Anika like and Dan Ty arguing stuff. So like maybe that'll play a factor, but I assume that Anika and Daniel will be voting based off like what they see as the game. So like I don't know. I think they just see Ty as like the bigger threat. Like, but I don't know. They could vote for Claudia at this point. Did Ty just imply psychic? See in the future? Yeah, exactly. Ty knows everything. All right, they just finished the questioning. Again, I think the one thing I would change if I were to make this like if I made this like earlier this week, I think I probably would at least move Anika into like the swing vote category, like because yeah, like I think Anika could definitely like be like Renee in this regard. But like I obviously I made that before like all that like really like fell apart. All right, we're just at commercial right now. Vote for me because I have received magical abilities from a celestial deity that allowed me to advance to the ending of the game. Exactly. Do you have time? Yeah, you have time to be. It's commercial right now. Wow. Sunday. All right, so it looks like the Celtics just won. That's good. Yeah, I'm not like a big NBA fan, but like I am sort of following the playoffs. That's cool. Yeah, the Celtics won. They're Yeah, they just forced a game 7 against the 76ers. We should do all winners but throw in David Alexander. That's a choice. No, why don't you throw in some like random early boot yeah, like just throw in Jacob from BB9. Yeah, that'll go amazingly. Or like throw in like Glenn or Cameron or again, just throw in one of those like people or Jody. Throw in Mike from BB5. I don't think Mike's the worst player in the world. Like, yeah, like he definitely needs like a certain group of people, but it's like again, like he's not the worst in the world. All right, we're back from commercial, by the way. Yeah, Mike Lebinsky. All right, they're doing their final pitches right now. All right, Ty's going first. He's talking about a social game a lot. Like, was the social game really that good? Who's the better player, Lydia from Guatemala or Lydia from 42? Probably Lydia from 42. I mean, I know Lydia from 42 is like she was supposed to be voted on the pre-merge, and like I don't know. I think I have more faith in. I think I would have more faith in her than like Lydia Morales. All right. Yeah. Ty's speech was like okay. Oh wow. Yeah. I mean, I'm just I'm just not clicking with Claudia's speech as much. Like, I mean, I do like that she mentioned that Ty like almost quit, sort of like poked at that. But other than that, it's like I just can't imagine how a jury would like look at like her like actions in that end game and not think that she was just following Ty. I think that's again that's I think that's her single biggest issue from like a jury perspective. Kind of funny. Claudia and Josh probably made game losing votes in back to back seasons. This one far more questionable. She could have won. All right, so Dan's voting. Yeah, that's funny. His first vote of the season. Again, I have him as a tie vote. Yeah, that's right. Out of anyone that like, all right, all right. Jonathan's voting. Yeah, like out of people that, like made jury and stuff. Like that's funny. Santina is up next. I have her again. I have her as a Claudia vote. If you're all just joining us, we are live streaming the BBCAN finale. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. Join the Discord server if you haven't already. Right now, the jury is casting their votes. Hope is up next. 70 days. That's right. All right. Again, I have him as a tie vote. All right, Kuzi's up next. The big test. If tie wins, we haven't had a female BBCAN winner since Paris. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, these people aren't really giving away too much. So again, I have Ty winning this in a 7-2 jury vote. Yeah, that was weird. All right, Renee's up next. Up, oh, she said Butte again. All right, Nika's coming up. Yeah. Again, I could see it being like 6-3 if Anika votes Claudia here. To be fair, like Daniel, no, Daniel would vote Ty over Claudia. All right, now we gotta sit through the reunion. It's gonna run till the end of the hour. Yeah, this is gonna run till the end of the hour. Like, yeah, we're just gonna have the reunion, which again, I'm not a big fan of the reunion. It's just sort of like it's just whatever. But so yeah, I mean, like we'll see what happens. Let's talk your rankings. All right, you want to talk rankings? What do you got? All right, so let's see these. So 16 Amal, 15 Vanessa, 14 JM, 13 Danzabo, 12 Santina, 11 Zach, 9 no 10 Rob, no 12 Santina, 11 Zach, 10 Rob, 9 Hope, Renee 8. I don't know. Actually, yeah. Mm, I'd probably have Renee like a bit lower. Shania 7, Jonathan 6. I'm not super solid on Jonathan being that high, but we'll see. 5 Kuzi, 4 Ty, 3 Claudia, 2 Anika. That's a choice. Yeah, I think Anika and Claudia will be interesting to discuss, like because yeah, I think Claudia was like in the majority more, but I also think Claudia made more like blatant mistakes than Anika. And then one Daniel. Yep. Player rankings are probably the same. All right. All right, we got some more other season rankings. So like we have BB16. All right, so I'll just do it in reverse order. So 16 Devin, 15 Joey, 14 Pow Pow, 13 Brittany, 12 Jacosta, 11 Amber, 10 Victoria. I don't know. I probably have Victoria a little bit higher. 9 Zach, 8 Christine, 7 Caleb, 6 Donnie, 5 Hayden, 4 Frankie, 3 Nicole, 2 Cody, 1 Derek. That's an interesting list. Yeah, this is the ranking as players. I don't know. I think Victoria can be a bit consistent. The issue with Renee is that she had 0 win equity. I mean, that's definitely one of her bigger knocks as a player. However, I will also say like Renee definitely had some like good like she had like good ideas at points. Like you had like that whole like point where like the girly pops were like squarely in the middle, and Renee was the one that wanted to like really ride the middle, whereas Claudia was like more so attaching herself to Ty at that point. And you have to fault Renee for not like ensuring that that didn't happen to where the girly pops ended up losing their spot the following round to like the Shady Bunch. But I still think you gotta give Renee some credit there. Like she isn't the worst player in the world, and even like the win thing, like yeah, like while I don't think she wins in many scenarios, like it's not great that she was seen as this big threat for so much of the like jury phase. Like I still think you gotta give her like some. You still gotta like. I still think there's a little bit of merit to Renee's game. I don't think it's a absolutely guaranteed that she like loses in every scenario, particularly if she won her way out. We got what's this BB17? All right, so here we got 17 Jace, 16 Audrey, 15 Davon, 14 Jeff, 13 Meg, 12 Becky, 11 Jason, 10 Clay, 9 Jackie, 8 Johnny Mac, 7 Julia, 6 Shelly, 5 Liz, 4 James, 3 Austin, 2 Steve, and then 1 Vanessa. That's an interesting list. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah. This is mostly boring right now. It's like I mean, it's like if something might happen. BB19 is overhated. Yeah, to a degree. It's still not the greatest season in the world, but I think there's some merit to it. Like, I still really like the finale, like where like we see like Paul's reaction to losing. Oh wow, we got a mall. They actually brought a mall to the reunion. So wait, they brought. Oh my god, they brought a mall. They invited a mall to the reunion, but not Zach. Yeah, they brought Vanessa too, which is like something. Yeah, Vanessa is there. Yeah, so they have Amal and Vanessa, but they don't have Zach. Did Zach rage quit the reunion? No, I think he just wasn't invited. I don't think they liked the drama that he caused on his way out. I think it's just a matter of circumstance, like because obviously like we don't know for sure why Maul left. Like it was for personal reasons, I believe. I mean, Vanessa like left due to like medical reasons, like that aren't fully disclosed. But yeah, like I feel like it's just I feel like they just see it differently than like Zach's quit. The other two weren't quitters. Yeah, they were. They yeah, like they from what we understand, they pulled themselves from the game. Like they are, for better or worse, technically quitters. I mean, that's not a bad thing. Like they had a good reason to, but it's like they're still quitters. It's like the same thing with like Matthew from 44. Like he's technically a quitter. Like even though like he like had reason to. I hope Matthew from 44 can come back like Bruce is. Yeah, like me too. I mean, it's sort of weird because it's like technically like the thing like his injury that caused like him to quit. It is technically his own fault. Like it's not like Bruce where it's like obviously like Bruce just like hit like he just like hit the like the side wrong to where like he got like the concussion and stuff. Like Matthew, it's like he climbed the rock thinking there might have been like something on top of it, and then he just fell off. Like so, like I think you can like fault Matthew more for his downfall, like there. But I would agree. Like Matthew played like a definitely a solid game. Like he's gonna be like I imagine he's gonna be relatively high in the player ranking compared to his placement. If it was medical reasons, I do kind of understand they're bringing back, and I do, yeah, like I don't want to see people like leave the game for medical reasons. I want to see like people like get like the bet like a fair shake, like so yeah, like I again like I was kind of hoping like 45 would be like Philippines, where it's like again you bring back three medevacs. You bring back Bruce. You bring back Matthew. Even though Matthew's technically a quit, and then you bring back Pat. You know, like easy. Now I think the issue is that, like yeah, obviously that leaves like room for like fewer like newbie men because it's like all three of those returnees are men, but it's like still it's like did it crap out? Yeah, it crapped out. Do I need to charge my phone at all? I might need to charge my phone at some point.
All right, are we? Oh, all right. Let's just try refreshing. No. I got another one. All right. Give it a whirl. What's this we got? BB18 looks like. All right, the rune is back on, by the way. All right, so what we got here? 16, Jose. 15, Tiffany. 14, Glenn. I don't know. I think I would have Glenn at the bottom. Again, this is probably just due to like, again, player wise. I think the thing about Jose is like, at least he had an alliance at one point. It's just that like he obviously lost power by the end of it. But again, I think I would have Jose above Glenn, even on an overall player ranking, because it's like I don't know if Glenn like would be able to like build an alliance the way that Jose can. So like I think that might be an issue there. But 13 Frank, 12 Davon, 11 Bridget, 10 Bronte, 9 Zakia, 8 Big Meech, 7 Victor, 6 Paulie. That's interesting. 5 Natalie, 4 James, 3 Corey, 2 Nicole, and 1 is Paul. I think on an overall ranking, yeah, probably Paul. But I think on the season, I would probably have Nicole over Paul, particularly on BB18. It's like because like Paul's BB18 game is not the greatest in the world. It's not bad, but it's not the greatest. BB18 ranking, you also have Nicole 1. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think like again on an overall player ranking, I think I have more confidence in Paul than Nicole. Yeah, so like I think I would agree with that at least. Yeah, this is trash. Like this is like yeah, this is such a nothing burger. The reunion, by the way. But that's Big Brother reunions for you. All right, we got BB19 ranking. Let's see what you got here. So 17 Megan, 16 Cody, 15 Jessica. I'd have Cody above Jessica at least. 14 Dominique, 13 Cameron. Yeah, I think Cameron had a bit more potential in the game than like Cameron. 12 Julian. Okay. 11 Ramses. 10 Raven. Um I don't know, Raven feels a little high on an overall ranking. Jess had more agency than Cody when he was gone. I mean, I guess. But also Cody kind of got screwed over by like again, like he got very much influenced by Twits. Like he got very unlucky like week 1, like where he basically had to nominate like 5 people because of like weird circumstances like Megan walking and then Veto happened, like Paul got a twist. Yeah, like that whole twist is stupid by the way too. Like the pendant of protection. Anyway, 9 Matt, 8 Elena, 7 Kevin, 6 Mark, 5 Jason, 4 Alex. I might question that. 3 Christmas, 2 Josh, 1 Paul. Interesting.
Cody was kind of screwed by Twist, but he never survived a round without safety. I mean, like, I'm just trying to think about the alternative though, because like, yeah, like he doesn't survive a round without safety, but it's also like I feel like that, like obviously week one he wins HOH, and through that, wait, yeah, he had HOH week one. I feel like through that, like he had to like show his cards like in a way that like really like burned him moving forward. But then again, you could also say like, oh, week one HOH should be a good thing, not a bad thing. It's like I think you could go either way. You might put Christmas above Josh due to consistency. Yeah, I think they're really close. I think they're pretty close, Josh and Christmas. Ignoring pendant and protection, Paul stays anyway. Yeah, that's the other tough thing. Like, because Paul like was pretty effective early on, but yeah, like, but you also consider the other circumstances like Megan walking and then veto being used. It's like again like a lot of wonky circumstances. But then again, you also have to fault Cody for wanting to put Paul up that so early anyway. Yeah, I think he definitely needed more runway. All right, let's see these highlights here. Well, these are so funny. These episodes are just the same 20 clips in different combinations. Note that's he's Survivor that does that. I mean, Big Brother kind of has to because of like their production schedule, but like, yeah, like Australian Survivor is also like pretty guilty of that. I will admit one thing I won't miss, like one thing I never miss about Big Brother is having to deal with like these like shutdowns because like with the other shows like Survivor, even Big Brother US, like I have like reliable means of like watching those. Oh my god, I should probably charge. I'm gonna try charging my phone. All right, all right. I got my phone plugged in now, so we'll just give that a shot.
Yeah, not much is happening right now. Oh my. I might be a little behind. All right. I don't know about the whole debacle last season plus lower viewership. Does anyone know if SA got renewed? We haven't gotten any confirmation one way or the other. I assume I assume they're probably gonna take a year off and then maybe come back. Because they have like come and gone like over time. Yeah, like LaRue said that was in the works, but it wasn't confirmed. So yeah, we're definitely getting another season. Like again, I think they are probably gonna take like a year off and then probably come back next year. Has the winner been in? No, the winner has not been announced. Or at least not on my feed. Maybe like it's ahead on like other ones. Um, One would. Oh yeah, Kuzi's definitely winning. Canada's favorite. I think Jonathan also will probably do well in the votes. I mean, yeah, like I think Jonathan will definitely like have like he'll definitely get like votes from like obviously Newfoundland, which is like where he's from. It's like because like apparently like they're like very loyal there. Renee's probably second. I think she's probably top three. I think top three will probably be Kuzi, Jonathan, Renee, if I had to guess. Oh yeah, what? Oh yeah, wasn't Zach like not even like in like the ballot for Canada's favorite? Wasn't that a thing? Newfoundland fans are very loyal because Maritimes tend to be underrepresented in Canadian reality TV. Oh, that's interesting. Who who was the winner pick? Oh wait, are they doing Canada's favorite first? Yeah, I made a preseason. Yeah, there was. They're announcing the results to Canada's favorite now. Oh wow, Jonathan won Canada's favorite. So yeah, the Newfoundland really came out in support. But where's my BB can? Because I have it somewhere. Yeah, I think I have it in the yeah I have it in the Discord.
Daniel was my winner pick for the season. To be fair, Ty was like number 6. So yeah, I have it up here. Yeah, so this is my preseason power ranking, where again Daniel C was 1. Anika was last. Again, I was very low on Anika preseason. Saint Yeah, I was also low on Claudia, so like that's pretty interesting. Zach pretty much did what I thought he would. Danzabo, like not great. Yeah. I mean Hope didn't really pan out. I mean, to be fair, Hope wasn't quite the player I thought he was. Oh yeah, like definitely like yeah, the Discord is like yeah, like it's hype. Or we try to make it hype. My favorite Big Brother player is Dan Giesling. Yeah, like Dan can be pretty entertaining. Like I mean, Dan's funeral is like up there as like one of my favorite like moments in like Big Brother. Yeah. All right, so we got the vote up here. B14 is my favorite season. Yeah, it's probably my favorite too, if I'm being honest. I think that and BB7 are pretty solid. I should probably rewatch BB10 at some point. I liked it a lot. I don't know if it was cool. I don't remember as being quite my favorite, but it was still very solid. Like I remember like Keisha's birthday. Like I remember like Brian controlling Jerry's HOH. Again, Keisha's birthday too. You have the whole like thing with like the whole deal with like Dan and Ollie that like Dan like backstab Ollie. You have what else is there? All right, we're going to get to the winner reveal. All right, here we go. The moment of truth. Here we go. Moment of truth. All right, so we got the votes up here. All right, Dan has voted for Ty. Again, I saw that coming. Jonathan has voted for Ty. All right. Santina. Santina has voted for Ty. All right, this is just gonna be a landslide. Hope has voted for Ty, probably. Yep, he has voted for Ty. All right, Kuzi. Yeah, Dan. Yep, Kuzi has voted for Ty. Yeah, this is probably like, is this gonna be unanimous? Yeah, I'm curious to see what the other votes are. Yeah, it's yeah, yeah, I definitely see it. Like, it's not impossible for this is embarrassing. Like the house is so big. That's like everyone stopped clapping. because like they're taking so long to like come out the door. That was awkward. Yeah, it's not impossible that it's not out of the realm possibility that Santina votes tie here. I just didn't think it was as likely as the other ones. Oh yeah, like he had a good reaction. Well, we know who won. We just need to see who the other votes are because it was like 5-0 so far. All right, we need to see the other votes. Are we gonna see the other votes? Who won? Ty won. That's what happened. Yeah, just waiting for those votes. Yeah, they're just interview. Yeah, Arissa's just interviewing the. They're just interviewing the finalists. Okay, so it was 8-1. Shania voted for Claudia. Everyone else voted for Ty. All right. All right. Shania gave Claudia pity vote. Yeah, that's interesting. Like, yeah, like I did not think Shania was gonna be like the one vote for Claudia. Like I thought Renee was like way more likely to vote for Claudia than Shania was. Like, especially with how like I mean I guess you could say that like Shania like could have like calmed down, but it's like still it's like from a pure jury perspective, like you'd think like Claudia had no reason to get like Shania's vote like outside of like you said like a pity vote. Yeah, that is pretty surprising. I'm interested in the other scenarios. Well, I made a whole video about that. But yeah, this was like the number one ranked scenario. I made it during the final five. I remember Shania's eggs interview. She said she would vote for Ty over everyone. Yeah, she did. Yeah, like she was like really mad at Claudia for her like decision. I get. I mean, did she did she like see it as a strategic move? I don't think she did. I mean, yeah. So I think with the information we have now, like let me see if I can get like the other scenarios up here. It might take a minute because I have to do it through browser, which is annoying. Um, is there a hyperlink? So let's see if I can get these up there. So I so this is Claudia versus Daniel for reference. Again, I think Daniel wins this now knowing what we know now. Again, I think Daniel like should win this if I had to guess. But even beyond that, we have Daniel versus Ty. So this is Daniel versus Ty for reference. Again, I have Ty winning this. Again, considering what we know now, like I still think Santino is more likely to vote for Daniel than Claudia. And I think Anika definitely votes for Daniel. I think Renee actually votes for Daniel now knowing what we saw there. But it will, again, it would still come down to like Jonathan and Hope, and I just don't know, like because it's like yeah, it's like they voted for Ty like over Claudia, but it's like I feel like against like Daniel, like really and against like any of the crowd members, I think they still probably vote that way over Ty. Like I think Ty needed like the right person at the end to like really steamroll. Though to be fair, it's not impossible that they vote for Ty anyway, considering the momentum. Let's see the comments. I wonder if Claudia could have beaten Daniel had she cut Ty. I mean, looking at this, it's possible she gets. Does she get? I don't. Does she get Shanae's vote in this scenario? No, because I think like Shania. I think from Shania, if I were Shania, I'd be more so mad that you didn't even put Ty on the block to begin with. Like, because even if you put Ty up, he wins veto and like she like backdoors you. Like, I think she could understand that a bit more than if you just didn't put Ty up at all because it makes you look cowardly. Or at least that's how I would see it. But I think Daniel would. I think Daniel wins against Claudia no matter what. Ty as the winner is wild at the pre-jury. Yeah, I know it is kind of crazy. Though I think by the time Hope went out, it was kind of like pretty clear that he had a path to winning out at the end. But I think the other thing is like Claudia. It's like because it's like he didn't treat Claudia that well during like a lot of the season. But yet even like Claudia would occasionally distance herself from him, but like she would keep like coming back, which is kind of annoying on Claudia's end. But it is what it is. Is he just above the Pax Bros? So I think for sure he's below Kevin Martin because I think there's like so many like things wrong with Ty's game, but I think there's some things you can credit. Like, and I think the fact that Claudia took Ty to the end probably bumped him up a little bit because again it means he didn't have to completely win out. He had someone that actually wanted to like take him further into the game, even though they probably shouldn't have. But I also feel like Ty's the type of player that like, he's not a good player. Like he like even in scenarios where it's like it was like a slam dunk for him, like he kept sabotaging himself. He kept doing things I felt like should sabotage him. Like again, his treatment of Anika and Renee during the last 2 weeks are prime examples of that. But it's like I guess it just didn't matter as much by the end of it. But I think the other thing is like I think I think it's also kind of clear that the last couple of seasons of BBCAN like kind of showed like the issues with like the way BBCAN has been like operating recent seasons because it's like obviously we had like BBCAN 9 where it had like a very messy cast. Like you had a cast of people that just like weren't the best players in the world and were make willing to make like really insane decisions. Like you had like the whole like Tina week. Like what was that? Like you literally backdoor Kiefer and literally tell him that he's going home, but then you literally change your mind like at the last minute for no reason. You also have Jed not using the veto on himself. You also have the fact that the jury was basing their vote off who won final HOH. So that's kind of ridiculous. So like but so clearly like the players were not the best in the world, but it was still like interesting like seeing like I think it was interesting for like seeing like players like being willing to do stuff like you normally wouldn't expect on a Big Brother season, like not using the veto on yourself and like making random flips. Then you have BBCAN 10, which is like kind of more the same, but I think that season benefits a lot from like having like a really strong player in like Kevin. Like I feel like BBCAN 10 had like a more satisfying story where it's like you had a lot of chaos. You had a lot of like again more of the insane decisions from like last from BBCAN 9, but you still had like a solid player that was able to like navigate through all this. And I think there's a catharsis factor as well, like from like seeing like a player like Herman, for instance, like a player like Herman that like was trying to play like basically a standard BBUS game, whereas like he was trying to build like a power structure, like build like his Onion Alliance, and like try to like go for it from that, only for it to backfire because like of how the chaotic the game is. And then you had a player like Kevin who was like kind of like more under the radar, kind of was able to like navigate more to result in like a satisfying win there. This season was like more an exemplification of like I think this was probably one of the worst case scenarios for like a season like this. To be fair, it's like not even that bad, but I also think it like shows that like I think while it is cool to see like messy gameplay, at the end of the day, it's not like a really sustainable way of like having your series because like I am someone like that's like in favor of like seeing the game progress and like seeing players like try to make the best optimal moves that they can, or if they don't, at least have it like be the result of someone else's good gameplay, like someone like actually like manipulating them to where like it kind of feels earned. But like instead you have players like aren't even doing things that are in their best interest, but it's like not even entertaining. It doesn't feel like earned as much, and it's like it leads to like something like this where it's like you have like someone like a tie that was so far ahead in like a lot of these competitions, and even Claudia was like not really willing to like turn against Ty at too many points. So like I felt like that was a bit disappointing. Um, are you happy that Jonathan won Canada's favorite? Yeah, yeah, I am. Like I don't really have like a dog in the race. Like I don't really care that much, but I mean I'm happy for him. Like I'm happy for like Newfoundland and stuff. So like there's that at least. But yeah, I mean, not the best finale in the world. You know, like I mean, but nothing like too shocking. But yeah, I think for the most part that went as I expected to. Like I think something is like I mean when I make these jury scenarios videos, for instance, like I feel like I feel like something that I tend to not account for too much is like the potential for like landslides and stuff. Like because I think like part of the reason like why like maybe part of the reason why Santina voted for Ty is like she just knew that Ty was winning anyway, and like her vote wasn't really making that much of a difference. Like contending with Renee, and I think we saw that in like other seasons where like I've done like these jury scenarios videos where it's like I like try to give like the benefit of the doubt to like the person that I think loses in these scenarios. Like I try to think about okay where can like this other person get like votes and stuff. When in reality, it's like I feel like the jury can sort of sense like where like the jury's going, and maybe that's an issue. Maybe like that's like an issue with like modern like Survivor and Big Brother. It's like the fact that like people like don't want to be seen as bitter. They don't want to be seen as like not voting like for the winner at the end. And I know like some people have like said too, it's like, oh, maybe we should just sequester the jury and stuff. And it's like I don't think I support that either. Like I think at the end of the day, like you need like I think some things like you need like players to working good gameplay, and if that means like you have like a unanimous jury vote in situations where it's like one player is obviously more likely to win than the other, then it's like like, so be it. But I think it's also just I think it just comes down to like human nature. It's like I think at this point like the game has like evolved to the point where it's like players are like thinking about it like more wholly, and they're thinking about like these other factors that can cause them to like vote for like the person that maybe under normal circumstances they wouldn't vote for, but they do to like not look bitter, or they want to like be part of the people that voted for the winner at the end. Yeah, like so I think that's like something else to take into account. Like I don't know if it's like a super big problem. Like I don't know if I want to see a solution. Like again, like I'm not in favor of sequestered juries. Like I think juries should 100% communicate like information and stuff, and I think that should 100% influence like what happens. But I don't know. I'm just talking. But yeah, I mean that's BB Can for you. Again, player ranking is probably gonna come out like around Monday. I did consider doing like a review, but I'll be honest, like I did not watch too many of the televised episodes because one, like again, like my source, like like I don't know. Also, it's like I don't know, like I feel like with Big Brother, it's sort of hard for me to like care too much about watching like all the episodes, and especially with it like especially with like the new way I've been like doing reviews recently, where it's like I've been trying to make them a bit more visually interesting, like definitely trying to like put like a lot more time and effort into like making them like what they are. I don't know, like I just don't have the motivation to make like a Big Brother Canada review. But I'm definitely making one for Survivor. I think that much is clear. I'm also going to be doing a live stream for the 44 finale, like about yeah, like 2 weeks minus a day at this point. So again, so like that's something to look forward to. It should be interesting. I'll say that much. But yeah. Did anyone is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Yeah, I gotta get to bed soon. It's not need to go until 11 at night, but that's just how it is. All right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna call it a night at this point. All right. Well, yeah, I'm going to sign off now. Again, I'm gonna live stream again for the 44 finale, so stay tuned for that. Again, if you're still with us, be sure to like and subscribe. Really helps with the channel. And join the Discord server. I mean, same old stuff. So yeah, that's it. I wish you all a good night and see ya.